Hi, how are you today? This is Brother Stanley. There's something I would like to share with us today, and it's about revival. Revival in this nation island. You know, for the past year or so, or actually a few years now, I've been thinking about how to bring revival in this nation. I noticed that to bring revival to this nation island is not an easy thing. It's not an easy task at all. And now we've been praying about this. We've been going out trying to evangelize to people. And each time we speak to people on the way, they are so close, you understand? It's like their hearts are not even receptive to the gospel at all. They, like actually 1 in 10 would tell me something like that. They don't believe God exists, Whereas we see the signs of God everywhere. Look at the star, look at the moon, look at the earth, look at the universe. The universe appears to be designed. And for something to be designed, there has to be a designer. Look at the air that we breathe. We have all of these things given to us. We didn't pay for these things. We breathe the air. We have the food to eat. We live in an earth that is very perfect for humans to live. And yet we're not even thankful. We're not even thankful to the God who created all these things. It's like we're not even thankful. And for the only way that people know how to thank God is to deny His existence. Imagine how you would feel if you were God. You created all of these things. You made all these perfect things. You created the universe. Billions of stars in our universe, billions of galaxies, and you created all of these things. And you imagine yourself being God, and you created all of these things. And you created human beings whom you love with an unconditional love, and you placed them on the earth, where you have made everything, for them to use, for them to utilize. And now the way they're giving you thanks, the only way they chose to give you thanks is to deny your existence. Imagine if you were God, what are you going to do? I don't think people really understand. People don't really understand. They don't understand that God is the supreme being that created this universe, that created both the heavens and the earth. He is in charge of both realms, both the physical and the spiritual realm, and no one can be compared to Him at all. People do not understand. If only people cannot understand what God is like, if only people could understand who God is, they're not going to be running about committing sin or blaspheming against God. Do you know who God is? He's a consuming fire, the one who has the power to do and undo, the one who has the power to destroy both the soul and the body. Do you understand? If only people could understand, if only people understand just a tiny little bit of who God is, they would respect God. How could you run around saying that He doesn't exist? His signs are everywhere. The fact that you are existing is a testimony, is a testament to the existence of God. The fact that you are breathing, the fact that you're able to breathe the air that you do not know how it came or how it works, how it functions. The fact that you're able to breathe should compel you or should propel you to give thanks to God. Rather than saying that He does not exist, just find some time to exalt Him, find some time to appreciate Him for His goodness and for His wonderful works. For all the signs are evident, is obvious in our sight. Romans chapter 1 verse 18 says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who suppress the truth in unrighteousness. Because what may be known of God is manifest in them." What is supposed to be known of God is manifest in you because you have the conscience. Your conscience tells you that there is God. Your inner witness, which is your conscience, tells you that there is God. It is you who choose not to accept it. It is you who choose to silence your conscience, because your conscience bears witness daily that there is God. It bears witness every second that there has to be God, because all these things didn't come from nothing. We never evolved. Forget about the lies that the scientists are telling people. The scientists are brainwashing the youth, brainwashing the people, telling them that God does not exist. That is not true, my friend. That is not true, my friend. I am a living witness. I am a living witness that God exists. You understand? Not only does He exist, He communicates with His people. He speaks. You know, he communicates with his people. He's not a dead God. He's not a quiet God. If you want to find out if he exists, go and search him out. You'll find out that he exists. You know, go and put him to test. Go and try him. Try God. Try him and see if he exists or not. Now it says, because what may be known of God is manifest in them, for God has shown it to them. For since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen. That's why we can see the trees, we see the animals, we see the universe, we see the earth, we see the skies, we see the moon, we see the sun in the daytime, we see the moon at nighttime. When it's supposed to be dark, we see a light there. The Bible in Genesis says that he put a stronger light, which is the sun, during the day, and a smaller light to rule at night. The wisdom of God, he created all of these things. Everything is structured. Everything is structured in such a way that, you know, it makes, you know, it follows a certain principle. Without this principle, our universe will not work properly. You know, for since the creation of the world, his invisible attributes are clearly seen, being understood by the things which are made, even his eternal power and Godhead, so that they are without excuse. Anyone who says that there is no God is without excuse, because you have an inner conscience. Your conscience bears witness with you that God truly exists. So if you say that he does not exist, you have no excuse. You know, because although they knew God, they did not glorify him as God, nor were thankful, but became futile in their thoughts, and their foolish hearts were darkened. Professing to be wise, they became fools. You see, all of these scientists who are claiming that they now know all there is to know about the universe, that they have now arrived at the conclusion that God does not exist. They claim to be wise, but they are fools. That is what the Bible calls them. They are fools. And Psalms chapter 14 verse 1 also says that a fool says in his heart there is no God. Anyone who sees all of these signs and still claims that there is no God, there is something wrong. There has to be something wrong with that. You know? And another thing as well that bothers me, you know, greatly is this. You know? By now, this nation island is supposed to have been, you know, filled with the fire of revival. But we the church, I'm speaking to the church now, we the church are part of the problem. We the Christians are part of the problem, because we are the ones giving God a bad name. We are giving God a bad name. You know, that's why you see pastors everywhere. You see pastors on the news headline. Either they are cheating on their wives, or they are running after money. You know, and so when the unbelievers see these things, they want to run as far away from God as possible. They claim that there is no God when they see these things. You know, when people who claim to be Christians, they go out there and they commit sin, commit heinous sins, you know, despicable acts. And when unbelievers see them, they say, if that is what your God is like, I don't want to worship that God. You know, so we the church are a part of the problem. We the Christians are a part of the problem. The Bible says in the Second Chronicles chapter 7 verse 14, it says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves and pray and seek my face and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven, and I will forgive their sin and heal their land. Now my eyes will be open and my ears attentive to prayer made in this place. You know, what we have to do is to come before God and confess that we are sinners. We are guilty. You know, we are guilty. We are guilty before God. It's not that God is withholding. It's not that God does not have the power. God has the power to bring revival in this nation. God has the power to bring changes in this nation. Did he not do it in the days of Moses? Did he not do it in the days of Elijah? Did he not do it in the days that he came to the earth? In the days that he came to the earth, you know, he spent 3 years on the planet Earth, and he turned the whole world upside down. And in 2014 years after he did all of these things, we're still talking about it today. God has the power. He has the power to bring changes in the nations. He has the power to revive the nations. It is we Christians. We Christians are not doing what we're called to do. We are not evangelizing the way we are called to evangelize. We are not praying for the people the way we ought to pray. And we are not ready. That is the problem. We are not ready. We the Christians are not ready. It's not that God cannot do these things. He can hear. He says, if my people who are called by my name will humble themselves. What we have to do is to humble ourselves, to stop fighting against churches, stop fighting against one another. You know, to try to have a burden. We have to have a burden for this nation. We have to get off our lazy backside. We have to get up off the bed. We have to get up off the slumber and go out and do something, and go out and seek for a fire of revival, and go out and call upon the Lord to bring changes in this nation. For we are guilty. We the Christians are guilty. Both the Christians and the non-believers who claim that God does not exist, we are all guilty. We are all guilty. The atheists, all these agents of the devil, that's what I call them, the atheists. They are going out and working hard, deceiving the people, inventing new things to take the people away from God. But we the Christians, what are we doing? It's about time we wake up. It's about time we woke up. We have to wake up, open our eyes. Open our eyes. Our God is the greatest. Our God has the power. He has the power to initiate changes. He has the power to do anything. There's nothing impossible for him. There is nothing impossible for him. It only takes a second to bring revival in this nation. It will only take him nothing. But I know that the reason he's withholding his power, he's withholding revival from this nation, is because he hasn't seen ready hearts. But things are about to change. Things are about to change, my friend, because we are this generation. We are not going to sit back and let the devil destroy this nation or destroy the nations. Enough of the lies of the devil. Enough of the lies. Enough of brainwashing our people. Enough of brainwashing the youth. Telling the people that God who loves them, who created them in his own image, does not exist. Enough of that. Enough of that. We have had enough of that. We will bring revival. We will continue to call upon our God. Our God who can initiate changes. We will continue to call upon him, that he will send revival to this nation, that the people shall see that he truly exists. When they will see his power across these nations, they will see his power, But we Christians, I'm encouraging us Christians to go on our knees, to fast and to pray for this nation, that God will do something great in this nation and even across Europe, And that's all I have to say today. And thank you very much for listening and for watching. God bless you.